love to be with you, man. Let me just take my time, baby, and show you how much I love you. I'd like to just play for you on my space base. Is it all right? Okay, in order to do that, y'all got to give me the funk in order for me to give you the funk. So let's pop our fingers right here. Quiet, fellas, real down. I want to hear the pops. Shh. I'm gonna take you there, baby. You know that place I was telling you about? Just keep popping your fingers, baby. And I'm gonna cream. You're gonna see me coming. I'm gonna come all in your face, baby. Hold on, baby. Pop on, baby. Watch out. I'm gonna take it there, baby. Watch out.
FIFA earlier, I will never
yes.
know.
2-1, Chelsea 2, Arsenal 1.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Shots on target
Good morning.
20 minutes and 2 go in the net. I don't know how that happened, but I'll get you back. We've got 6 weeks of this. This is going to be our residence from now all the way through till Billy Joe Saunders on the 5th, and then of course we head to the O2 for AJ.
Where's everybody at? What am I doing wrong?
Really looking forward to this one. This is the one, and I know one sentiment you'll share with me is that we were nervous this week because we've had 7 weeks, you and I, of testing every single week, being clear, isolating, and then being able to work. And every single week we get to work is a blessing for us, isn't it? But I know this is the one that we were the most nervous about, and what a relief this morning.
Look, no disrespect to the other cards, but it's something about the box office.
I know where everybody's at. The boxing voice and everybody is live.
And yeah, the first one at Wembley, I was.
Oh well, we're gonna do our job anyway.
When I
Fuck
look at
it.
the show itself, I'll start at the top of the bill. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing because there's a lot of question marks. We know how good Usyk is. You know, he's a fantastic boxer. He's beaten everyone in front of him. You know, he's a bit of everything. He does so well. But with Derek Chisora, he's in there with a proper hard heavyweight who's going to come and bring it. He's not going to stand back. He's going to have it. From the first bell, you know he's going to dictate that space, get to the front, get on the front foot, middle of the ring, throw big bombs. And if he hits the target, if he lands...
What's up with you guys, man?
Can Usyk take it?
Because I heard, I was watching a couple of his older fights, Del Boy, and of course one of his best kind of recent performances was against
Got a busy day.
Crew. Of course, he's a southpaw. We know he can box and punch and move. Gave Deontay Wilder a whole set of problems until he was kind of clattered out of consciousness a couple of years ago. But there are certain shots, and Usyk does get caught with shots. You know, he's a very, very gifted fighter. We know that. But we saw against Chazz Witherspoon, even though he was pushing him back, he dictated the pace from start to finish. And I don't buy into this narrative that he underperformed in that fight. I thought he did exactly what he always does. He picked his moments, he gathered the data early, he broke his man down late, and he got the stoppage. But, of course, in that fight, when you are coming forward and you are dictating, you are going to get caught. And he did get caught a few times. And Del Boy, at some point in this fight, you would think he's going to land something big.
I think I use Tony because I can see him in the back there, Tony Bellew. He was very successful against Usyk on the back foot, making Usyk fall short, and he was landing that right hand when he was almost backed onto the ropes.
Long day.
I think he does perform better, Usyk, when he is able to move and he's got a bit of space. And Del's going to...
Like against Gassiev, when someone's coming at him, he can turn off and create angles,
you know, he doesn't want to have to be looking for the target. But, I mean, it's so interesting, mate. It really is. I cannot wait.
Well, have we got people ready? We have. So this is a late addition to the card that isn't on BoxRec. Ramla Ali, those of you that follow the amateur game will know what a good boxer she is. She has been added to the bill late edition against 1-0 German Eva Hubmeyer. The two ladies are standing by with Eddie Hearn.
All right, we got to start.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Darren. And for everyone joining us on Matchroom Boxing YouTube and, of course, the Sky Sports news stream as well. Welcome to a huge night of boxing. Very proud to be able to get this huge... Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Darren. And for everyone joining us on Matchroom Boxing YouTube and, of course, the Sky Sports news stream as well. Welcome to a huge night of boxing. Very proud to be able to get this huge event over the line. Of course, difficult times right now. This was an event that was supposed to happen in May in front of 17,000 people at the O2 Arena. But we've built something very special across the road at the Wembley Arena, where we'll be here for the next 6 weeks for 4 huge fight nights, starting, of course, with Usyk Chisora this Saturday night, live and exclusive on Sky Sports box office in the UK and DAZN across America and other international markets as well. It's one of the biggest pound-for-pound stars in the sport in Oleksandr Usyk, already the mandatory challenger for Anthony Joshua's world heavyweight title with the WBO, against a guy in Derek Chisora that has just had a great second wind in the sport of boxing, on a fantastic run with great wins against Takam and David Price and Spilka, and ready to try and cause a huge upset and a huge win for British boxing if he can beat Oleksandr Usyk on Saturday night. We have a huge, huge night of boxing and a fantastic card. One fight that we knew was going to happen for a while, but we've just announced the professional debut of Ramla Ali this weekend against Eva Hubmeyer. Her first fight, Ramla Ali, after a great amateur career and a great story. We know that stories are always important, and every athlete, every fighter has a remarkable story. Ramla's certainly more remarkable than most, but the story means little now as she enters the professional game. Women's boxing, of course, absolutely thriving. We have 3 female fights on this card, and all great fights. Of course, this one, Amy Timlin against Carla Skelly, and a brilliant world championship fight between Savannah Marshall and Hannah Rankin. And of course, here on November the 14th, Katie Taylor will headline a world championship triple header for women's boxing as well. Ramla, easy finding an opponent for you, I've got to say, and well done to Eva. You know, it was on, it was off, and finally got your opponent here ready to go. Excited to make your mark in the professional.
This girl is supposed to be a big deal.
100%. Like I think it was like Monday night, I thought I wasn't going to compete, and I was this close to just saying, screw it, I'm going to order a pizza. But I sort of stayed professional. I was still like really hopeful, and then boom, Tuesday, you're fighting. So I'm really glad I stayed professional, and I'm really glad that I, you know, stuck with it, basically.
It's been a huge struggle.
I don't know why their sound is so low. That's not on my side. That's on their side.
You got here. The opportunities for women's boxing are endless right now. You know, I mean, it used to be, I have to be honest, it used to be a novelty act, you know, when we started doing it. Now it's a necessity. Yeah. And really, like I said, the opportunities to go on and progress and box frequently are endless now for in women's boxing.
Yeah, it's an amazing, it's so amazing to have at least one female bout on every undercard. But on Saturday, it's 3. So it's exactly what you've said. It's not a novelty. Like, women's boxing is serious. Women's boxing is booming. And I just feel blessed to be part of the whole experience to happen on Tuesday. I mean, Saturday.
I know that your story and your message is very important to you as well. And how much of that takes priority of the fact that now, you know, people know the story, it's inspirational, but now it's about going to achieve and leaving your mark in the sport. But both have an equal balance in that respect, and keep an important for you to keep inspiring that next generation.
100%. Like, you know, like you said, my story, yes, it did get me through the door, and a lot of people will sort of say, well, does she deserve it? You know, she's got a story, blah, blah, blah. But I think the next steps is for me to prove that I am more than just a story, and I plan on doing so with a nice win on Saturday.
Eva, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
One fight in your career, one victory as well, undefeated. And interestingly, that, you know, we know that you speak English, but you met Dave Allen up there, who is obviously fluent in German as well. You were having a lovely conversation with him, but excited to be here. Big show, big stage, and of course against someone yet to have a professional fight.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here, and I'm so excited, and I'm so proud to be like part of this all. For me, it's the first time to have a fight abroad. Like, I only had my fights in Germany, so I'm really excited, and I think it's a great honor to be here. Absolutely.
Obviously, women's boxing is thriving in Germany as well, but have you been keeping your eye on the growth of women's boxing with Katie Taylor and Terry Harper and, of course, Savannah Marshall? You know, same question to you. The opportunities are endless for you right now. If you go on and victory on Saturday could lead you into some of those big fights in your division.
Yeah, of course. I think it's still...
Chris Lovejoy signed to Don Key.
And I think it's very good that there are more coming women, more and more, and that there are 3 fights of women in such a huge event. And I think we need to like have an eye
2020 crazy as fuck.
in the future.
Well, thank you very much. Ramla Ali against Eva Hubmeyer this Saturday, 4 rounds, a professional debut of Ramla Ali.
6 rounds.
6 rounds, sorry, 6 rounds, 6 2 minutes. Okay, sorry. No one wants to do 4 rounds anymore, you know? I prefer it because we can squeeze more fights in. Yeah, okay, fair enough. You might regret it after 4 rounds, we'll see. But we're going to have a head-to-head up here now with both fighters, and we'll break after for interviews.
So yeah, Don King called Eddie Hearn up last night. Was like, yo, Chris Lovejoy signed to me. So basically, Chris Lovejoy, who's supposed to fight Dave Allen on this card, signed the contract, but didn't let Eddie Hearn and them know that he was signed to Don King. So Don King rose out of his fucking coffin and was like, yo, you gotta give me some bread, Eddie. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, you a Don King fighter these days. You can't get no work. Look at fucking who?
That was a nice surprise for everybody.
Trevor Bryan and who else? Who was other fighter not getting no work? Remember he signed Venus Martirosyan?
A lot of people won't know about that.
Didn't get no work.
Around for 2 or 3 years now, and sort of certainly known of her. And I know her other half, Rich, who's a trainer as well. Really, really good guy. He's actually a really good trainer as well. And they've done a lot.
Yeah, we have a very busy day, man. Hey, let me tell you what we're doing. Sorry, Chris and Darren. I got to edit you guys out later on anyway. So at 2 p.m. Eastern is the Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz main event final press conference. At 3 p.m. Eastern is the Inoue versus Maloney final press conference. Also with Michaela Mayer and Iwa Bratnicka. That's going to be some shit right there. Now, Stavern with Jay Prince now. Last I checked. But it might have been something going on there too. And what's the other one? Oh, Munguia versus Toriano Johnson. Weigh-in is at 4 p.m. So I'm trying to do 3 back-to-back streams. It's going to be rough on me. Well, actually 4 for the day, but 3 back-to-back-to-back. It's going to be rough. I can guarantee I'm probably going to do at least 2. That third one, I don't know. I might just do a recap video. Then, of course, tomorrow we got those 3 weigh-ins. And then fight night. You know, Munguia, Toriano Johnson is Friday night on the Zone. And Saturday is I'm on the East Coast in the States. So 2 p.m. Eastern, this card starts. Then 7 p.m. Eastern, both Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz and Inoue versus Maloney cards start at the same time. One pay-per-view, one ESPN Plus. So we got a busy-ass day. Ain't nothing to loot. They boarded up everything last night. Literally, they boarded up everything. Well, you can't go shopping in Philly for nothing. It's fucked up. They did it to themselves. I don't live in Philly no more. Fuck Philly. Fucking scummy ass city. Stole my child. No. So yeah, it's all a shit show in Philly right now. I did a whole bunch of shopping yesterday, spent about $700. So me and my pop, we hunkering down. You know, I got that little shit out my system, you know, went out, enjoyed life a little bit. Now, fuck that. Let's go back to the press conference. This is live, by the way.
Second of our 3 female fights on the card on Saturday night. This one's a cracker. I want to thank Kieran Farrell and Dave Coldwell for helping us put this one together. The Commonwealth Super Bantamweight Championship between Amy Timlin and Carla Skelly. This is a great fight, going to be all action. Birmingham against Liverpool. Huge opportunity for both. Amy, I'm going to start with you. Now, I was joking with you there. I know you're very, very quiet indeed, but massive opportunity for you on Saturday to box on such a huge stage and also to challenge for your first major title.
Yeah, I've been waiting a long time for this fight. We've been in a training camp for about 5 months now. So to get this opportunity is amazing, and I couldn't ask to be on a better platform. And I know that it's going to be a cracking fight to watch on Saturday night.
I know that Dave Coldwell rarely gets involved with fighters, and he's been bugging me about you for a long time. Obviously, we've seen the rise of women's boxing, which we keep talking about, but I've seen your style, I've seen you work in the gym, all action, non-stop. Is that what we're going to see on Saturday night?
Yeah, as always, it's going to be exciting. And I like to think that my style's an exciting style. I'll come forward, and I love a good tear up. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting. And I know that Kylie's also an aggressive fighter, so you can be expecting a toe-to-toe war.
Obviously, we talk about women's boxing, but let's talk about your division or the divisions around you. So many big fights internationally, but so many big domestic fights for the future as well. You know, you have Rachel Ball fighting for the World Championship at bantamweight. You have Shannon Courtney, who boxes predominantly at super bantamweight. You have Ellie Scottney, who debuted last week, looks fantastic as well. So, you know, this Commonwealth title could be defended against a lot of those people on your route if you're successful to go on to the world stage.
Yeah, women's boxing, especially in our division now, is growing like massively. Shannon Courtney, she's an exciting fighter. Like, she's similar, she comes forward, so that'll be a cracking fight. And then there's obviously Rachel Ball, who I used to train with, so we know each other quite well. But that would be also an exciting fight. And these are the types of fights that I would want, because I want to challenge myself, and I don't shy away from no one. So I would love to fight.
Who's this little girl? That Ahern daughter?
Carla, your trainer said to me yesterday, so thanks to
Who's that little girl?
You're going to really enjoy this. Is that what we can expect from you two? I know you're all action as well. This is going to be a frantic pace from the first bell.
Yeah, definitely. I'm the same. Come forward. I love to fight.
Is that her mum?
Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight on Saturday.
Obviously, Amy is the favourite in this fight. She's got.
She fighting her mum?
A massive opportunity for you. You know, in the same mix of all the names we just talked about, victory for you on Saturday night can put you in some huge domestic fights.
Yeah, 100%. It's a great opportunity. Like Amy's just said, we've been waiting for this a long time. It's been on the cards for a few months now. And yeah, kind of come in the undercard. Nobody really knows me. But after Saturday, that'll be a different story.
Liverpool, one of my favourite fight cities. You have plenty of support up there from current fighters, ex-fighters. It would be a big win for the city.
Yeah, definitely. I've had a lot of support.
We need a good shot of Eddie Hearn's hairpiece. See how it's looking today.
I'm a May fighter. The whole city's behind me. It's Liverpool. That's what we're like. That's what we're all about. So.
Good stuff. Well, this is going to be 10 frantic all-action rounds for the Commonwealth Super Bantamweight Championship this Saturday. If I can ask you to take your places up here for a face-off, please.
Mom versus daughter. You'll do anything for the buck, huh, Eddie? Anything for the dollar.
So, Commonwealth title, 10-2s. Neither women have been anywhere near this distance. I think Skelly's been 6 once, Amy Timlin hasn't. It's going to be a really interesting exercise in round management because, as you know, when you go at those levels...
Realer than the $7 bill. You got to see that shit in the daytime. It almost flew off one time at fight camp. That shit legit almost flew off one time at fight camp. Like, it just lifted up. Like, remember LeBron wig came off? And, like, AD had to tell him, like, yo, your wig, twirl it back down, bro. His Space Jam wig, he was rocking that shit the first half of the season. I don't know what he got up there, though. That shit looked like a fucking bunch of fucking ant legs up on top of that shit. What is going on with motherfucking these man wigs? What's going on? Is Chisora going to go off the rail? I kind of hope so. I don't think so, though. He's been pretty docile the last couple years. He been pretty chill. And he said he don't drink no more. Maybe that's what it was. You know, so I don't think so. I do want somebody to cuss, though. That'll be what's up if we can get some cuss words. Oh, man. So, yeah, man, pretty busy day. I'm looking forward to my podcast. This last couple months has been like a test to see if I can really like be in like the full swing of boxing shit again, you know, covering these fucking press conferences that barely 1,000 people watch. I mean, 1,000 people is a lot of people now, think about it, but still, you know, I be making like fucking $30 off of these joints, barely $30 a press conference. That should be like $27.82 in ad revenue. And it'd be like 2 super chats for $1.99 a piece. No, I heard hair transplants don't work. They're just not right. You know, hair plant transplants don't work, man. That shit be looking artificial. So he got like a piece. I think it's a lace front. Like that shit like glued down up in there or some shit. Cause sometimes it be looking rough because his dye jobs be off. It'd be like gray right here, then it start getting all weird at the top. But it's all good, man. That shit look nice though. But I know his secret. But that shit dead almost flew off. Can you imagine the headlines? There's even a Twitter account, Eddie Hearn's hairpiece.
Thanks, guys.
No bullshit.
Now, you know me, I don't like to oversell anything. But I don't want to embarrass this young man to my right. This man, I believe, is a future world champion. I watched his fight with Lee McGregor, which I felt was a wonderful fight, and I felt he won that fight convincingly. And I thought to myself, this kid can really, really fight. I went into the office on Monday. I said, find out who manages him. Got straight on to the manager, Ian Wilson. Cash came down to have a chat with us. We signed him. Obviously, COVID hit. It's been a long, long delay. But I believe you are going to see on Saturday night a real future star, not just of British boxing, but of world boxing in Cash Farooq. I rate him that highly. I'll start with you, Cash. So it's just a small build-up for you there. No pressure.
No, I'm on it.
A long wait, of course, but now you're here, big stage. You were supposed to fight on the original Newcastle card. Yep. Now you're on Usyk, Chisora. You're a very laid-back character. You're ready to fight now.
Yeah, I'm ready, and I've been training the last 7-8 months. You know, I'm in the gym. I know we had a lockdown, but I was still running, doing circuits, doing pad work in the park. But you know, my time's here. I'm ready to showcase my skill.
When we had our meeting in the office, one thing that struck me was that you are boxing through and through. Yeah. I mean, you know you're boxing, you're a boxing historian, you know, you watch everything as well. This means everything to you, this sport.
Yeah, it does. You know,
Ryan Teal moves the needle, though.
It's a short career, you know,
the fans
and, I think
need Devin Haney.
They always tell you these things, don't do that, and understood them, you know, and before I know, I'll be my career over as well. So I'm trying to dedicate my life the next, I don't know how long I've got, but trying to dedicate everything I've got into it and you know, and put everything into the next few years and try to make
Devin Haney got to put a boot in Gamboa ass.
Expected to come through on Saturday night. You know, we know you've got
one round type shit.
But how important is it to stay focused? You've seen other fighters. I mean, we saw with Thomas Patrick Ward recently. You know, expected to deal with Thomas Asomba easily. He had a very, very tough night. Lewis Ritson had a very tough night against Vasquez. You know, behind closed doors, sometimes it could be a little bit different, and you have to be focused for this opponent.
No, first thing I think about in the morning I wake up is, you know, I mean, it's fight night, and the last thing I think about is that boxing, you know, I mean, and mentally I'm prepared and physically as well. I've imagined going through every scenario, you know, I mean, on the fight night, and you know, I'm not gonna say, oh, I know what I feel like, you know, until I go through it. So, but you know, mentally and physically, I'm ready. Come, Saturday.
Martin, welcome. Thank you for making the trip and the opportunity to fight. This is a very, very good fighter, but we know you're very tough. You ready for Saturday night?
Bienvenido. Es muy bueno peleador, tu oponente, y vas a seguir adelante. Va a ser una buena pelea.
Muchas gracias también por el recibimiento que he tenido. Me gusta mucho el trato que me dan aquí. Me gustó mucho la forma que me han atendido y la verdad yo sé que va a ser una gran pelea, ya que mi rival es un gran peleador, es muy bueno. Yo lo respeto, lo admiro, pero yo también vengo a dar una buena pelea y que el público salga ganador.
Thank you for this opportunity. It's a great pleasure for me to attend this show. It's going to be a great fight. He's a great fighter. I'm ready for this. Thank you for Matchroom Show Sports, because he gave me this opportunity to be here such a great show with the big boxers.
Thank you very much, Martin. Thank you. And Cash, one final question for you. We know Lee McGregor's a great fighter. You know, there's no real beef here. He's going to go and challenge for the European title as well. But I know you've got to get through Saturday night. But how big is that fight in Scotland with crowds back at the Hydro, the rematch between you and him?
Oh, it's really big, you know, and I thought it could have been a big arena, that last fight, you know, and because I sold over 300-400 tickets, and I think he done as many as that. People are traveling from Edinburgh to watch him, and you know, and people are traveling to watch me as well in Glasgow. So, you know, I know in the future it's a fight that definitely needs to hold the crowd. You know, it can't be behind closed doors, and But once I get through on Saturday night, Aspire.
My bad. Who are these guys, man? Am I supposed to know these guys?
And SW took every fight since my first amateur fight. And,
I'm slipping.
To this day, I still take it 5 times.
2 years ago, I would have known who all these people were.
You don't know what's going to happen after the next fight. So just Aspire time and we see who we go from there.
Well, we can't wait to see you return. Do not miss Chazz Farooq on Saturday night.
Oh, I seen him fight before. Wasn't he on ESPN Plus? I don't remember. Wasn't he on ESPN Plus? I know who he. I seen him fight before. So yeah, once again, we got 2 p.m. Look at the time up at the top. At 2 p.m. is the Tank Davis Leo Santa Cruz final press conference. Mayweather's going to be there, so I kind of hope he says some crazy shit again. At 3 p.m. is the Inoue versus Maloney press conference. That's going to be pretty heated with Michaela Mayer and Eva Hubmeyer. She like to kiss. She like the lesbian kiss other women and stuff. At like face-offs. It won't be a face-off, but... And then at 4 p.m. is the Munguia. It's 3 straight hours straight, some shit like that. Is Munguia Johnson weigh-in. That fight's tomorrow night.
Not many people will necessarily be looking at, but I think it's one that people might be talking about Monday.
So yeah, as you know, I'm going to be here. It's going to be busy. You know, it's going to be busy. By the way, my podcast is getting closer and closer. And the closer, once I start my podcast, the content on the channel is going to be post-fight, only big press conferences, only big videos, you know, all that covering, all that bullshit. I'm done with it. Like, let me tell you, the WBA and the WBC got me so fucking untethered, yo. Like, I'd be real pissed when I be thinking about and talking about the WBC. Sometimes I'd be with my girl, and I'd be like, man, fucking WBA, man. Like, I'd be scrolling and reading. I'm like, this fucking WBA shit. These fucking assholes, you know? God damn you, Gilberto Mendoza. Like, that shit really be bothering me, man. No, she ain't kissed Cecilia. That was Michaela Loren that kissed Cecilia. Yeah, it's like these two, one is a Finn and the other one is Polish. But yeah, they like kissing and all that shit. Like, yeah, basically my video, that stream I did, YouTube didn't approve it for advertising because I showed that kiss. I didn't kiss the motherfucker, she did. You know, so they like fucking took all my revenue and shit. Because fucking Eva Hubmeyer had kissed that chick. Vivian Obanov. Now, she be doing that shit on purpose. She just come to weigh-ins in full lingerie and she'll be smiling, looking at you like, yeah, look at me, nigga. Y'all like this shit. Like, that's a bad motherfucker, though. That motherfucking Vivian Obanov. But anyway, let's stop being thirsty-ass fuckboys. So, this is live. This is real time. Some crazy shit happened. Eddie Hearn got a call from Don King last night, according to, I don't know if it was Jake Donovan that pointed it out. I got to see who the source was. But basically, Eddie Hearn got a call from Don King and said, yo, Chris Lovejoy is promoted by me. He signed that fight without letting you know I'm his promoter. Cut me some bread. So we don't know if the fight is on or not. And I kind of wanted to see the Lovejoy fight because I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? You know?
Cruiserweight from Ireland has got a EBU European title shot.
All right, back to the press conference. So once again, this is live. We're going to talk about everything after it's over.
He's up against Belgian Bellew, Laggoune, the guys.
Look at Coogan, old bent legs.
Thanks, guys. Before we go into this cracking European Cruiserweight Championship fight, just a special word on air for Gugan Cassius. 10 years of IFL TV. I hardly mentioned it as well, which is great. Anyway, on to the show. The European Cruiserweight Championship. This is a great fight between Tommy McCarthy and the birthday boy, Bellew Laggoune, who was 28 yesterday. Happy birthday to you. Bellew, I'm actually going to start with you. A big opportunity for you on Saturday night and a huge fight for you to become European Cruiserweight Champion.
Go look it up. She be rocking like straight lace, see-through shit, bro.
I'm happy to get here.
You can't see the mange though.
When I see Matchroom is the biggest,
but still, nonetheless.
And it's time to shine. I always wanted to show myself how good I am, and I think this is the moment, this is the time. And I'm so excited. We did everything we could, and I'm happy to be here. I'm excited.
What do you expect from Tommy McCarthy, a good fighter who has come back from defeats before, good win against Fabio Turchi last time out in Italy as well. You've studied Tommy and you expect an exciting fight?
Yeah, I think it's not going to be easy, but I think it's possible. So we did everything we could. I studied him from A to Z. I know he's good. He have heart, but I think he had a lot of defaults.
Man, I don't know who this man is. I told y'all I'm slipping.
This is your big chance.
I'm slipping.
You have 36 minutes.
Who is this man?
To really establish yourself on the big scene. You have to take this chance, right? This is it. You ready?
I'm going to war. I'm going to war.
Oh,
Good.
shit.
That's what we want to see. You will. I want a war on Saturday. Good. Tommy.
Okay.
Are we going to get a war? Are you ready for a war? I mean, you've had ups and downs in your career. I think your story's a great one. You know, I know there's been some dark times as well where, you know, you were looking for fights, any kind of opportunities. Did you ever think you'd be here at this stage, you know, having won on the road in Italy, about to challenge for the European Cruiserweight Championship on such a huge card?
Yeah, I never lost the faith. I've always believed in myself. I've always known I've had the ability to do this. I know, as you say, there's been some dark times, but I've never given up on myself, and I don't feel like this is like a shock to me. I knew it was always going to be here, and it feels right. Everything feels like it's happening at the right time. And
I got all this meat I got to butcher.
You seem really relaxed and you seem confident as well. Does that come from the Turkey?
And like sort and all that stuff.
You didn't really have the momentum and you didn't look as confident in that fight. How big was that Fabio Turchi win and winning on the road out there in Italy?
Yeah, that was massive. It done wonders for my confidence, and you know, I just get my confidence from.
I'll be back. I'm gonna smoke a little bit of pot.
I have the best trainer in the world, and Pete Taylor, and we've been working so hard in the gym. So everything that was below par, coming up that React perfect, like I fixed everything in the back room, and so now I've got my strength conditioner, my cousin Lloyd Edwards. I've got a nutritionist, Stephen Floyd, and everything that needs to be done, it's all tight. So I know that all the work's done. Like I said, I know I have the ability. So that's where I get my confidence from. And like I know it's not going to be an easy fight, but I know I have what it takes to win.
Well, let's talk about that fight with Bellew. He said he's watched you.
I think he should take it or play it safe. Usyk this fight.
Weaknesses in Bellew as well. And do you expect an all-action fight on Saturday?
Yeah, most definitely. I see his weaknesses too, and he's looking to go to war. I'm hoping for a first round knockout, to be honest with you. But no, I've looked at him. I've studied most of his fights like a fan on YouTube, and yeah, like I said, he does everything good. But you know, he's very capable, but not sensational. So I'm looking forward to a good fight.
Same to you. 36 minutes. You have to win this fight. You have to. I mean, you look at the domestic and world scene, of course, potential rematch with Riakporhe and Chris Billam-Smith fighting Juma's a great fight, but of course, Lawrence Okoli looks like he's set to fight for the WBO world title on December 12th as well. And we know that the European ranking and the European Championship comes with lofty world championship rankings, and this could put you on the path to a world title shot in 2021.
Yeah, definitely. This is a must-win fight for me because I've already had to go back and rebuild. I've actually had to do it twice, so I don't fancy doing it again. And like I said, everything's how it should be, so there's no reason for me to have to like slip up now. This opportunity, like you said, puts you on the world stage, and I have a wife and 4 kids out, so I need to get the big paydays. We're moving to a bigger house and have some more kids. That's what, when I win this, hopefully we get some big fights and I'll have some more children.
Well, you only do that if you win on Saturday. Both of you, I wish you best of luck. The opportunity is there for you. Go and take it. 12 rounds for the European Cruiserweight Championship on Saturday. Great fight. Tommy McCarthy against Bellew Laggoune. Guys, if you could come up here, please, for the face-off.
Any dog owners out there? My dog, my puppy, he's 14 months. He like become a crazy ass, man. Like he crazy as shit. Like he's eating everything. Like I had got him a little shock buzzer collar. This is the new one. This is the new one. He ate the last one. He ate it and then threw it up, like, because he sleep in my bedroom, and he like threw up all these fucking parts. Like he ate the motherfucking. He ate the fucking the buzzer thing.
So
the shock collar.
And Laggoune,
breaker of chains. He's a breaker of chains.
One thing I'm still not used to is
And then like he just be fucking with me out of nowhere. Like I can't make eye contact with him, or he'll do this like this, and start jumping on me and shit, man. I'm in like a little bit of fear, you know. Like a little bit of fear, you know. But anyway, let's talk. Y'all want to listen to this? They don't look like cruiserweights. They do to me. They look like cruiserweights. Y'all want to listen to this shit? Let's listen to this shit. See what he talking about.
Kidney brothers, wasn't it? And Tyrone.
Yeah.
I was out in Wrexham. I tweeted, didn't I? I said, is anyone about? And the next thing we were in a cocktail bar.
I'm always a bit.
Yeah, I know.
I had a few, that's why I can't remember.
Yeah. It must have been an unusual time for you to be having a few. I don't know what happened. So, Tommy, good to see you, mate. Good to finally have you here.
Yeah.
You've also chosen one of the best bubbles as well, mate, because we've been in 6 weeks of this.
I didn't choose it, you know. I didn't choose the bubble. The bubble chose me.
Good timing.
Good thing.
Yeah. You any good at FIFA or?
I'm lethal at FIFA. That's why nobody wants to play me. I was killing everyone on FIFA, killing everyone on darts.
Okay.
Killing everyone.
Okay. All right.
Jack
we'll
of
test
all
that
trades.
this afternoon. Yeah. You commentated on the Turchi fight.
Yeah, I
didn't
did.
you? Yeah. I mean, a great performance from you under some pressure, really. I know you'd had a couple of tune-up fights since the Raptor defeat, but mentally going into a fight like that on the road as well against a guy you know operates at a certain level, and to box like you did. I mean, we were saying yesterday how impressed we were with that performance, and really.
Yeah, I'll talk to you guys. I really don't want to listen to that. So yeah, we got a big ass schedule. So tomorrow I have 9 post-fight videos coming out. Now I have to change stuff up because for one, Top Rank had hit me up, was like, yo, you're using too much of our shit. So so I was like, all right, bro, cool. Like, it's cool. I got you, bro. I fucks with you. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And then the Zone, they just on some weirdo shit. So I'm changing things. You know, so what I'm doing is going forward, we're still gonna have highlights, but now I need them to tell me like, yo, how much highlights can I use? Like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and what 30 seconds can I use? Like, we got to figure that out. Like, in the audio of the interviews, I can use that. Put it this way, you know how I'll be doing my videos and it'll be playing while I'm talking. You can see all the shit. I can't do that. Like, it's got to be clips. I can't just have it playing in the background no more. And plus, that shit's a headache anyway. I'm tired of it. You know, so I'm kind of glad. So my coverage on Saturday is going to be different. Also, I've been really tinkering around with my setup, like this here with the screens and all that. Things are changing up around here. I'm changing all this shit, all this shit, that. I'm changing all this. I'm changing all this shit up. We don't know if Lovejoy's still fighting. I'm guessing his press conference is supposed to be next, right? I'm not telling you where you can stream them fight, motherfucker. Get the Zone. You make me sick, man. Who's that? Hey, DJ Alex Ray. What's up, man? That ain't right, bro. That ain't right. Isn't it like $2.99 or some shit? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, that's what I was like. Who the fuck is Chris Lovejoy? I told you I'm slipping. I used to know who all these motherfuckers is. But see, COVID and these bullshit fights got me mad. Like, let me tell you, I think one day soon, I'm gonna wait till I get real deep into my quarantine, probably like November. I'm gonna get real liquored up and I'm gonna do this mega rant on the WBA and the WBC. A rant like I used to do back in the old days. Like, I'm gonna be all sweating and shit. Like, I'm sick of you every time you put these fucking bullshit belts. Like, I'm gonna cut a hard ass promo. Watch. I'm gonna get real liquored up. It's probably gonna go off the rails. People gonna, be mad at me and say, like, oh, T-Street, you're better than this. But no, fuck that. All right, who's next? Let's go. We're going back. Who's next?
And of course, the rescheduled clash.
I'm like, Gilberto Mendoza, you son of a bitch!
Eddie has been waiting very patiently for me. Sorry, Ed.
Thanks, Chris. I just heard Darren talking about his career and
let's go full screen.
Fights, and we know it goes on a little bit. I had to throw it in a couple of times. Well, we go from talking about World Championship fights to another World Championship fight. I love this fight. The vacant WBO World Middleweight Championship on the line. England against Scotland. Savannah Marshall against Hannah Rankin on this card. Great fight. Great to see Peter Fury back in the room, my COVID friend. Only 2 of us tested positive, Peter, out of 700.
That's too many. That's a lot of COVID.
And we look forward to this one. Hannah, I'm going to start with you. Huge disappointment. A couple of weeks ago, this fight was something that I was looking forward to so much on that card, the Newcastle card that was rescheduled. but kind of feels like now this is a great place for it. You know, a bigger opportunity, a bigger platform, and you look in great shape.
Yeah, no, I was really absolutely gutted, as I'm sure Savannah was last time when we were in the bubble, but just to be on a massive card like this is huge. You know, it's a really exciting card.
Unpopular opinion,
I think our fight is worthy of being
Savannah Marshall boxes
can't wait.
Clarissa Shields' ears off,
Very vocal,
her face
I've
off.
loved it, and you know, Savannah's taken more of a quiet.
Not even trolling.
You know, not really get involved. How much of that is you fired up? How much of that is you trying to goad Savannah Marshall into that kind of fight, or you just pumped up for this fight for the world title?
I'm just pumped up for this fight. I'm really ready to go. So excited to get in there on Saturday night and showcase what I can do and win that.
You
world
fucking
title.
lying.
So, yeah, no, I'm just pumped up and ready to go.
You fucking lying.
Promoting a fight in Kansas with you against Clarissa Shields. You've travelled, you've been in those deep championship fights against the top quality opposition in the division.
You know what? A lot of motherfuckers don't wash their hands.
We know about the potential of...
I'm sorry to stop right here. This is live. I'm sorry. But yo, I've been, no homo, I've been in a restroom with major promoters. Like, you know how you be taking a piss, somebody walk in, you're like, oh shit, in the Barclays Center. And yo, the motherfuckers don't be washing their hands, yo. Like, they don't wash their hands. All right, all right.
Savannah Marshall, but she just hasn't been in anywhere near deep waters yet. Is that what it's going to take for you? Are you looking to take her into the deepest of waters on Saturday?
Absolutely. I think, you know, I've had a much higher experience in the professional game, and Savannah's not had that test yet. She's not had those.
Yo, she fight like a female Tyson Fury.
And I'm just excited to
this
get
chick
in there
ain't
and
no
show her
joke.
what it's really all about and pull her into deep waters. 100%.
And she pretty as fuck too. But let me be professional.
No. That's why I think I'll win the fight.
From the northeast, Anna, of course I can swim.
Oh, well, no, definitely ready to go. And let's go. It'll be fun, you know. We'll go all the way to the last rounds, see how it goes, see how you can sink or swim.
We've seen Clarissa Shields as well, very vocal in their support for you, obviously a former opponent of Savannah, but she's really behind you in this fight and willing you on for victory.
Absolutely, you know, me and Clarissa, when we fought, we weren't the best of pals now, get on well, and of course she's backing me. She wants me to get on with it, and yeah, wants to stop that whole chat about the Clarissa-Savannah fight, which is not going to happen after I take the title home on Saturday.
Obviously, we keep talking about the growth of women's boxing and the opportunities, but for you to become world champion on Saturday night is an absolute game changer, life-changing for you.
Absolutely.
That's some conspiracy shit right there, Grim Reaper.
Around this point in time where women's boxing is really on the rise, and for me, it's going to be a huge win for me to become a 2x2 weight world champion on Saturday night, and it's going to mean a lot for me, and you know, very proud to do that for Scotland.
Savannah, obviously, you have been quite quiet during this period. When Hannah was going for it on social media, I was looking up for you to bite a little bit, but you kept yourself to yourself. Has that been a game plan of you and Peter, or are you just purely focused on the performance and the victory on Saturday?
Not really. I wanted the fight to happen, and it is. What else is there left to say?
Lord have mercy.
I think I rattled.
You got to see when she all dialed up, though.
Yeah, the fight's on. There's nothing left to say about it.
You've boxed at the highest of levels as an amateur, but I think the one thing that nobody can deny is that you haven't boxed at championship level as a pro yet. Not your own fault, just because you haven't had many fights. But how excited are you to finally test yourself? And do you think Hannah Rankin will test you on Saturday night?
Yeah, of course. I'm expecting a tough fight from her.
No, Katie Taylor is a needle mover.
Like I said,
Believe it or not.
She's got loads of heart, and she's not going to stand there with her hands down, is she? But I've trained for months for this. You know, it's been a long, long camp, and obviously what happened 3 weeks ago, I just can't wait to get in there on Saturday.
We're going to see something a little bit different. You know, we've seen, obviously, women's boxing was brought to us predominantly on a television stage by Katie Taylor at lightweight. You know, we've seen Terry Harper at super featherweight, Chantel Cameron at 140 pounds. Interesting to see the middleweights go at it. Both of you guys can punch. You particularly are renowned for your punching power as well. Do you think you can find a stoppage on Saturday? I know it's, you know, traditional to say by any means necessary, but would you like to get the stoppage victory on Saturday, and do you believe you can?
Yeah, I'm very confident in my ability. I know that I'm going to become a world champion come Saturday. If the stoppage comes, the stoppage comes.
I know I'm in heat.
But, like I said,
I told my girl, like, listen, we got to do something tonight.
One thing I think that's interesting in this fight as well is you look great at middleweight. You know, we know that the Newcastle show, as we were searching for the world titles, you were moving up to light heavyweight to challenge for your first world title. You can box at super middleweight as well. I don't know, you may be 154 as well, but how comfortable and fit do you feel at that 160-pound weight limit? And do you think that's where you're going to look to stay after Saturday?
Yeah, 100%. I think that the lower
160.
more women there is out there, really. So, like I said, I was meant to have that world title at light heavy. I boxed at super middle. I could come down to middle. So yeah, that's no problem for me. I'm comfortable. I feel a lot sharper at this weight. Yeah, I feel good.
Finally, both of you.
They're building up for her
tuning
versus
down,
Carissa Shields, clearly.
Before, but is it a case of absolutely all action from the first bell, no feeling out, just go into it and try and, as you say, take her into those deep waters as soon as possible?
Absolutely. It's going to be a war on Saturday night, and everybody better tune in to watch it. I can't wait.
The stoppage, does it come? Or
That's what I'm looking for, and if it comes, I'm going to be very happy for it.
confident for Savannah Marshall? Great amateur career. Do we crown her world champion on Saturday night?
Certainly do, yeah.
Good. Can't wait. England v Scotland. This is going to be a cracker. Do not miss it. If we could have a head-to-head up here, please.
So, yeah, it's unpopular opinion, but a lot of people don't know, you know, but Savannah Marshall, in my opinion, defeats Katie Taylor. Not Katie Taylor, fucking Carissa Shields, my bad, I'm sorry. Carissa Shields. This fight is taking place at 160. Carissa Shields is currently undisputed at 160, right? Did she drop one of them? Where's Carissa Shields? No, she undisputed at 160. Did she drop one of them? Interesting. I think she may have when she fought at 154 against Rankin. I think she had to drop one. So yeah, of course I'm going to be covering that card. We're waiting to see what's going on with Dave Allen and Chris Lovejoy. They're supposed to be getting up on the stage next. You know what? I like Derek Chisora. If you yesterday I was on a Zoom call with him. By the way, apologies for yesterday's videos. I did like $700 worth of shopping yesterday, bro. I got like so much shit, and it took a lot out of me. Like me and my lady, we went to shopping real early yesterday morning, and I had to carry all that shit in by myself and big ass refrigerators and all that. So I went out last night to my local pub, got me 3. Yo, I can't drink no more. I keep trying it. I can't do it. I had 3 Grey Gooses and cranberries, and guess what? I was asleep. What happened to me? We're the people that used to remember when T Street back in the day, he used to be able to drink and then do videos with no problem. Not no more. Not no more. I'd be knocked the fuck out.
Usually in fights like that,
I'd be kind of pissed. You know, like, damn, man. I got a freezer. It's all right here. I got a fucking freezer. Fucking, I'll show you some of the shit. It's not all of it because I didn't take a picture after we loaded everything up. I got a freezer, toilet paper, fucking paper towels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cases of water. You know? 8 cases of water. So yeah, what I'm doing is like I've been planning this for a while, like just stocking up, man. I don't want to be out there with the motherfuckers, man. Motherfuckers are crazy. Yeah, it was going down yesterday. It was going down yesterday. It was going down. By the way, follow me on Twitter at TStreet4Life. Here, I'll put the link in the chat. Put the link in the chat. Zone USA is done? I don't think so. Like, something is going on, definitely. And I'm hearing they got all these fights that are about to be launched or announced for November and December, like Golovkin's return, shit like that. Where's that? Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of shit. But I ended up with so much more. I ended up with 2 1, 2, 3 carts between 3 stores. But some of that shit hers too. Like, and still not done. Still not done. And I'm glad we didn't finish everything yesterday because I still got more shit to buy. Yeah, I got toilet paper. I'm going back to get some more. Like, I'm going to have like fucking 90 rolls of toilet paper. Ass going to be super clean. But I eat real good anyway. So, you know, nice 2 wipes. 3, keep it safe. Maybe more. Depends how you roll. TMI. TMI. My bad. I was looking at the schedule. So once again, we got 3 streams coming up today. 3 more. And thinking about it has me a little like, what the fuck? You know? I'm thinking I should just do a stream from 2 to 5. Like a 3-hour joint, just get it out the way. Let's get it out the way. Yeah, I didn't get no canned food. And you know why? Because I don't eat food out the can. Like, so that shit, I don't eat canned food. And I keep forgetting. I got tuna fish. The only food I eat out of the can is tuna fish. And I like canned salmon. You know, to make like little salmon cakes and shit like that. And salmon and grits. Shit like that. With some egg. So tomorrow I'm covering 1, 2, 3, 4 fights on this card. 2 fights on Inoue versus Maloney, and 4 fights on Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. Also Saturday night, we're going to be doing a live post-fight show of 2 press conferences, post-fight press conferences. So it's going to be pretty lit, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but Anderson Silva's last fight also was on Saturday, so we got to figure that shit out. So tomorrow, I'm not going to lie to you, I might have to chalk the weigh-ins and just do like little recap videos. I can't do no streams tomorrow because I got to put all this fucking food and all this stuff up and food prep for Saturday. Yeah, I was looking at this bike where basically like a Peloton, you just attach your fucking iPad to it and then bam, you got a motherfucking fake ass Peloton. But my weight loss has stalled. I didn't like the sea bass. I didn't like it. I did have a seafood tower the next week though. That shit was awesome. I went to Devon Seafood. I didn't like it. And then went to Eddie V's. Oh, man. One weigh-in stream, it would have to be the Tank. If I do one weigh-in stream, it would be the Tank. Yeah, I got to stream the Tank Davis weigh-in. I got to, right? That make fucking got to. It'll be that one. It'll be that one. What time? Oh, it's an early weigh-in too. I think it's 1 p.m. Eastern. So they give and take a lot of time to rehydrate. Yeah, it's at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So we're going to be here for that. But then I'm not doing no streams. I'm going to do a recap of their Inoue weigh-in. Oh, shit. They got my man. Oh, shit. Yo, I think Dave Allen Lovejoy off. I think Dave Allen versus Chris Lovejoy's off. They're not at the press conference.
Hand over now to Ed.
They're not at the press conference.
Well, we go from one cracking world championship fight with Savannah Marshall against Hannah Rankin. For me,
I'm really looking forward to this fight. The winner has to shine to get
Huge
Teofimo.
fight
Or
in a
Teofimo moves
stacked
up.
lightweight division. The 135-pound division, I think unquestionably right now, the hottest division in the sport of boxing. You saw a brilliant win by Teofimo Lopez against Lomachenko a couple of weeks ago. Our guy Devin Haney goes next weekend. You've got Ryan Garcia against Luke Campbell. You've got Gervonta Davis against Leo Santa Cruz this weekend as well. And these guys are in prime position. The winner of this fight against Lee Selby and George Kambosos will be the first mandatory challenger for the unified king, Teofimo Lopez. So pots of gold at the end of this fight. I'm going to start with you, George. You look fantastic. And just before we go into this, just a big thank you to Peter Khan and Alex Dombrov and Lou DeBella at the Bellew Entertainment for getting this fight over the line, of course, in tough circumstances. You look in great shape.
Wait a minute.
We've seen you 100
I
miles
thought
an hour on the
Kambosos was
peg.
top
You
ranked.
look like a caged animal ready to be unleashed. How excited are you for Saturday?
Man, I'm super excited.
I'm a cage lion right now. I can't wait for this fight. This is my time. I'm in my prime. And I'm ready to make a huge statement. Doesn't matter who's in front of me. I'm ready to make a huge statement. I can't wait to get it on.
Been very outspoken. Both of you have made comments as well. You feel that Lee Selby is at the end of his career. I think you said you're going to send him into retirement on Saturday night. Do you just feel that your youth is going to be a big factor in this fight, and the fact that you haven't achieved yet what Lee Selby has?
Look, not only my youth, but every aspect of my fight game is going to be too much for him. I truly believe that. And come Saturday, I'm going to showcase it all. This is my time. He's had his time. He's been a world champion. He's a former. I'm coming to become a world champion. And this is my time. I'm ready.
When you look at that division as well, just some stunning fights. How do you rate those guys? I know you believe you can compete with them as well, but the winner of this fight will fight Teofimo Lopez. A great performance from him. Haney, Tank, Garcia, Campbell. Just stunning fights to be made in the division.
Look, it's a great division. And who wouldn't want to be a part of this division right now? Best division in the world, I believe. I know what we're about. My team know what we're about. And I got one man in front of me, and that's Lee Selby. When I take him out, then I'll go for the world title straight after that. I'll be adamant that Teofimo Lopez fights me. But for now, one man.
Lee Selby, I saw you yesterday in a photo shoot. I remember the days years ago when you were stripping yourself down to 9 stone. It was brutal to watch, but you look really, really comfortable. And I guess excited to be fighting. You are at probably the later stages of your career, and you're fighting a young lion that you once were as well. Are you fearful of him? Are you excited? What do you expect on Saturday?
To be honest, I'm not fearful of any fighter, and I don't believe any boxer is. We're fighting men, we're tough men. We don't fear our opponents. But like you said, it's a lot more comfortable for me boxing at lightweight. But it's still not like plain sailing. It's not like I can just eat extra food because I'm 9 pounds heavier now. It's still quite a struggle to get down to the weight. I still got to work very hard. And now I'm close to the lightweight in a minute. Looking back, how I made featherweight, I do not know. I deserve the world title just for making a win.
George Kambosos has said that he's going to come in all action. He's going to send you into retirement. Do you expect, when the bell goes, a frantic effort from Kambosos?
Nah, them niggas just hungry, that's all. They be forgetting shit.
At you for as long as the fight lasts?
Yes, of course. I'd expect nothing less. I expect them to come out with a lot of pressure, a high work rate, fast hands, and they should make for a great spectacle.
When you talk about pedigree and the quality of fighters, you boxed at the highest level. A lot of people talk about George Kambosos, but I know there's always been the comparison between other Australian fighters that have come through, and some have failed at the hurdle. Do you think that he has the ability to go to that level, or do you think that he'll be found out against you on Saturday?
Well, I'm hoping he's going to be found out against me. But
I ain't no Australian fighter, I tell you that. I haven't fought in Australia for 6-7 fights. All my training camps, my last 10 training camps have been in the US. I proudly represent the Australian flag, but I ain't no Australian fighter. If you believe I'm an Australian fighter, I've seen you've been saying that I'm very similar and you've had success with 2 Australian fighters. Mate, you believe that, then you're in big, big trouble.
There you go, you answered the question for me.
I can't understand you, man.
Ooh.
Saturday night, what happens?
Call him a bitch.
A clinical performance from Lee Selby. You're going to have to dig in. You're going to have to fight as well. Do you think you can get him out of there?
I'm just looking forward to putting on a great display of boxing and getting the win and boxing for the world title again.
And again, same question to you about the division.
I'm kind of leaning toward Kambosos.
Amazing fight.
Kind of.
Teofimo, and one victory on Saturday, and you will have him next.
That's it. I've moved up to lightweight at the right time. The lightweight division is a stacked out division with some excellent fighters and some big fights to be made with me being involved in them. Not just like on the world scene in the UK. We got great fighters, Luke Campbell, boxing for an interim title. So there's massive fights for me. And back when I was boxing at featherweight, that was the division to be in. There was a lot of great champions.
Remember I told you how crazy my dog was? You see those Air Maxes he got on?
Inside the distance.
I had a pair of my dog ate them.
I'm taking this guy.
The ones Kambosos, Selby got on.
Come tomorrow, he's sold by day. He's finished. He's expired. Okay, so October 31st is no good. No good to you and no good to the boxing world. It's my time.
Selby against Kambosos, final eliminator for the IBF World Lightweight Championship, and a shot at Teofimo Lopez. Do not miss
My
this
dog
one
is a crazy ass.
Saturday's cracker. Gentlemen, up to the mark, please.
Look at them giving Teo his shout out. Yeah, my dog really ate my motherfucking Air Maxes. He ate them. What? Them joints was, I got them on sale. They was like 180. Normally like 200, like straight. Like, and I loved them. And he ate them. Bastard. Son of a, ugh. But that's why I got the buzzer for his ass. Anyway, moving on. I'm supposed to know better. Don't you know my, damn, look how much bigger Lee Selby is. Them Air Maxes do have you sitting high though. But look how much bigger he looked. Just size and girth is the sweatsuit. But then, nah, I got stood up. But then again, he used to always be big in the ring at 126. And remember those rumors of him fighting, look at Tony Bellew. Are they talking? Y'all want to hear this? Let's wait and see if he does an interview with them. He was always big at 126, like in the ring with the other fighters. Now, my thing is, Lisa, all right, let's listen in. I actually want to hear what these two have to say. He's a little looking motherfucker right there.
We've already teed the audience up. We said, listen, you need to see how he's dressed. You need them on. Great to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here. We're 110% ready. Can't wait to get on.
He's listed at 5'8" on BoxRec, 5'8.5".
And I bring a whole lot more on the fight on Saturday.
I guess, you know, referencing you being
15-month-old pit bull.
and all that kind of stuff. For Australian fighters to get opportunities, once you get to a certain level, you kind of need to go abroad, and that's what you did. You moved to the States, you've based yourself there with Javier Centeno, and you've obviously started to now prove yourself at a certain level. I want to also ask you a little bit back, because obviously you've got Greek heritage too. So you fought a few times in the States. I know you did one of the shows with Lou DiBella, and then Foxwoods, and then you did MGM Grand and Madison Square Garden. I mean, that's not a bad trio for your first three American fights. So you've had some really good experience in the last 2 or 3 years, haven't you?
Look, the experience on the big shows, the big arenas. That's why this doesn't faze me. You know, you talk about Australian fighters, they don't get these opportunities. When they do get an opportunity, it's their first time. I've been there, I've done it. I have my own experience. I've been with legendary fighters. I fought on big shows. I beat former world champions. So it's just another man in my way. I'll take him out on Saturday.
What, I know you said it's almost like a change.
Oh, he talking heavy.
Chance is you coming through now, you know, almost a crossroads fight, if you like. But stylistically, what
I like
is
this
it
guy.
you see in Lee Selby that you can beat?
Look, he's obviously power. He's not there. I feel his age is going to catch up with him. I feel like I have too much for him. My power, my speed, my explosive power, the way I move. He's not going to be able to keep me off.
They touched it, like glue. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to go straight to the centre of the ring.
Oh man, we're here to fight.
You damn well know I'm covering this fight, Bob Arum. Thank you for joining the chat.
Yeah, we've seen guys.
Last fight, so give the fans what they want.
Yeah, and we've obviously seen guys of a certain level. Omar Douglas, when he went up to 135, his first fight there, dragged him into a bit of a war. He got 2 cuts there. He's quite composed under that kind of pressure, but at the same time, I would say you're a more explosive puncher than Douglas, and you've got a certain amount of, as you say, you put your shots together well. You punch in with a level of ferocity, and as you showed against Mickey Bay, it's power that carries right until the final rounds.
Look, from round 1 to round 12, I'm dangerous. My hands don't change. They're super fast throughout the whole fight. My power is there the whole fight. You blink, I'll put you out. And that's what we plan on doing. That's what we will do against Lee Selby.
So you win that fight. Lopez after, will that happen?
100% is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's too big not to happen. And we got to think Australia has fans. We've got stadium fights happening. And we'll take that
What
back
you
home.
think it would be?
You were doing some good numbers at home, weren't you, in the build-up? What sort of venues were you selling out when you were fighting in those?
Before I came out to obviously the US, we were stacking out arenas.
I like top-rank undercards.
Back then. So we're ready to pull the big fights. And that was
I think it's more the presentation.
Big fight. And look, we're 1 fight away.
What is the current landscape in Oz as far as supporters going to live sport?
I think the situation's pretty good, isn't it?
We're very well. Yeah, look, we got...
Well, even indoor. I know outdoor events, etc., but arenas, inside arenas?
Look, for a fight with me and Lopez, we're talking outdoor. We're not talking indoor. This is a mega event. 50,000 people we can do.
Which stadiums would you be looking at?
Look, either Melbourne, if they're in a good position. Well, I'm a Sydney boy. We'll do it in Sydney.
Big J talked to him a couple days ago.
Wow. It's a beautiful stadium.
Videos on the channel.
I've got one guy in front of me, and that's Lee Selby. I mean, I've already won the press conference. He's boring. You can't even understand the guy. So, I'm ready.
Good man. Well, we can see you ready, and wish you all the very best. Nice to meet you, George. And,
all the best.
See you the way in tomorrow. George Kambosos there. No shortage of confidence, and whatever.
the winner has to shine in this fight for Tio to stay at 135 pounds. It's looking like Teofimo Lopez will have one, maybe, big maybe. I don't think it's going to happen, though. Maybe one fight. No, at least one, maybe two fights before he would have to fight the winner of this. But it's likely he's going to have one. So what fight are they going to pick? Are they going to pick Ryan Garcia, me and Teofimo Lopez, if he beats Luke Campbell? Which, by the way, I'm on the fence. I'm thinking that Luke Campbell is going to defeat Ryan Garcia. And if Ryan Garcia defeats Luke Campbell, then Ryan Garcia has proven to me, like, okay, all right, I can put him up there with the top 135 guys. But if Ryan Garcia doesn't win or doesn't look good, but he does move the needle more than Devin Haney, I strongly believe that boxing, they need to do us justice. Give us something, especially give it to us. We need Lopez versus Devin Haney. Like, don't bullshit around with that. Boxing owes us, man. Like, they need to give us that. Especially that will clear up all that franchise shit. It will clear all that shit up. Like the WBC, I know why they did it. If it wasn't a franchise, we wouldn't have got Loma versus Lopez, but we would have got Loma versus Haney. Okay. Oh, we're here. Yeah, so it looks like Dave Allen versus Lovejoy is off. That's fucked up because they wasn't at the press conference.
Carla, and
let's go full screen and enjoy this.
I've done a whole score on pretty much give everyone to Campbell. They'll see it about, I don't know.
Okay, I like the Top Rank presentation. The Showtime and the Fox presentation is just like, ew. Like, it's so dark and gloomy.
Anyway, sorry.
PBC undercards, surprisingly, are better than I expected during COVID.
Oh, nice big hug. Going slightly in.
Okay, boo. Well, then they might as well face off then. Shit.
That's these two for you. The guys getting ready. Eddie is with them as well. We got on the lift with Usyk to breakfast this morning. That was interesting. But Eddie's ready. The guys are ready. Let's hand you over to them now.
All right, we're going to let this play. I'm not going to be running my mouth. Shh.
Well, we're here. After many months of waiting, we are here. One of the pound-for-pound greats in Oleksandr Usyk against what I said earlier, the British Bulldog, the guy that just comes, the wrecking ball machine in Derek Chisora. This is such a great fight, such an important fight for the heavyweight division. These two have been calling each other via social media with all kinds of obscenities and fun and games over the last few months. But I do want to say a special thank you for both teams for getting this fight over the line. Thank you to Alex, thank you to Aegis, thank you to Alex as well. Thank you to Del Boy and Dave. You've done a great job. These are interesting, tough times. But this fight happened because both teams, both fighters wanted it to happen. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Behind closed doors throws up some incredible moments, some dramatic moments, sometimes moments that you don't expect. A couple of weeks ago, we saw another Ukrainian great in Vasily Lomachenko get beat by Teofimo Lopez. A few weeks back, we saw one of the most stunning things I've ever seen with Alexander Povetkin laying Dillian White out after coming off the canvas twice. Behind closed doors is different, but you have the opportunity to take it, own the moment, and create something very special for the sport. And I really believe you're going to see that on Saturday night. I'll go over to David first. David, I've never seen you so confident or push a fight like this before. You look 10 years younger on all the social media videos, excited. Like, how excited are you for you? I know you've been there, you've done it, you've won Cruiserweight World Championships, Heavyweight World Championships. This has become like a project for you, hasn't it? And you really believe in your man on Saturday.
Yeah, it's been a massive project and it's been a work in progress over the last couple of years. I was very frustrated earlier on in our relationship. I wanted certain things that I wasn't seeing. He was giving me a bit, but not everything. It took someone as brilliant as Usyk to force Derek to realize what I was doing in the past isn't good enough now. I need to take it way beyond the comfort zone. I need to take my training into a new stratosphere in terms of pain, in terms of sacrifice, blood, sweat and tears, round upon round of continued hard sparring, little rest,
maximum expenditure in terms of the best facility, the best nutrition. He's done everything. There's nothing more we could have done to get Derek into the shape he is in right now. And on Saturday night, he'll be peaking. And it's taken someone as good as Usyk to force Derek to do what he's always needed to do, but has never really had to do it. He knows he has to do it because if he wants to cause the upset of the century, he needs to do something he's never done before. But fortunately, he's done that. He's in the shape of his life. Technically, he's doing things he's never done before. And Usyk, as good as he is going to find himself in a very, very uncomfortable fight, fighting an opponent that's significantly stronger than anyone he's fought before, throwing punches from all angles, hitting them on any part of the body you can land. And it's going to get very, very rough, very fast. And Usyk is going to have to... How long can Usyk drown in there with these heavyweight waters? I don't know. It's yet to be seen. The unknown, that's what makes this fight so exciting. It's the unknown. Nobody knows. Derek Chisora can absorb a disgusting amount of punishment. We saw it in Takam fight. We've seen it throughout his career. How much punishment can Usyk take? How deep can he go soul searching? How much does he want it? I know how much Derek wants it. He's shown me time and time again. Things have come a lot easier for Usyk. The technical skills, the amateur pedigree. He's just been significantly technically better than everyone else. He's fighting someone that's a solid 20 kilograms bigger, solid muscle, ready to go out there swinging bombs from the very first moment of that bell rings. And I see a massive upset. I see Derek Chisora causing one of the biggest upsets ever on British soil, and it's well deserved because if you'd have seen what he's done for the last year, how he's punished himself day in, day out, there's nothing more he could have done. So we're going to see an extravaganza on Halloween. There's nothing else to do. What are you going to do on Halloween other than tune into this fight and enjoy an absolute barnstormer? So Sky Sports box office is the way to go.
Is that the key, making it uncomfortable? You just
From
got to make it horrible for Usyk.
Yeah, we're not going to have a boxing match. Derek knows he's not going to try and outskill him at long range. That's his game. He's got to turn it into a dogfight. Bombs from the first round. None of this feeling him out and getting a read for his range. Nah, no range. It's just on his chest, bombs flying from the first round, and he can do it for 12 rounds. He knows he may have to eat some leather. He's been eating leather many, many times before. He's fighting someone now who's significantly smaller. He's been in the ring with Vitaly Klitschko, Fury. Now, none of these guys are out to lay him out. Why is Usyk going to do that? You know, and he's fit.
What I missed? I just got back. What I missed?
It all up, and I see Derek Chisora grinding him down and knocking him out.
Did you see anything in that Chazz Witherspoon fight? To be fair to Oleksandr, he's supposed to fight Tyrone Sponge. It was a bit of a come down, but did you see signs that maybe he might not like it against the bigger guy when it gets tough in there?
It was hard to judge him, honestly, from that performance because Chad really wasn't there to really win. He was there to kind of, get through it as easy as possible. And, when someone's coming at you, it makes it a little easier. If Chazz Witherspoon was throwing more useful punches, he may have been able to counter him more and been able to get into the fight. But the shots he was taking, he didn't like he enjoyed it. It didn't look like he was comfortable in there. I know Derek Chisora would have wiped the floor with Chazz Witherspoon in 1 or 2 rounds. Usyk isn't a big puncher like that at heavyweight, and he's going to need some serious artillery to keep this man off him, and I don't think he possesses that.
I know you're a great promoter as well, but you believe in your man, don't you? You really believe he's going to do this on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm honest enough to know that any performance in Derek's career up until this point would not have been good enough to beat.
I was eating a piece of chicken.
He has to do something that he's never done before. He has to be fitter than he's ever been before. Technically, he has to be better. He has to have a better game plan he's ever had before. So people don't know what he's bringing.
Haven't had breakfast.
It's the unknown, but I know. His team know. And Usyk doesn't know. But by the time he finds out, it'll be too late. He'll find himself in a war zone. You can't be snipering Derek from afar. He's going to have to get down.
Do you think they expect a war? Do you think that they're going to be in a war?
I think they expect it to be a little rougher and tougher than usual, but not the way Derek's going to do it. Not the way Derek's going to close that range, get inside, and turn it into a dogfight. I keep saying it, who can drag? If they were both getting waterboarded, tortured, who could last longer than Derek in any type of physical trauma? He's so much tougher than any other fighter that Usyk has been in there with. And he's willing to go through it. He understands, he might get uncomfortable in there, but look at his last few fights. Well, how many fights have been real comfortable? He's willing to go through whatever he needs to win this fight. And he's done it in training, and now he's going to do it in the fight on Saturday night.
Alex Krasuk, K2. Pleasure to deal with you again. Thank you for all your work to get this done. Are you ready, Team Usyk, for a war on Saturday night? Are you ready to go through any fire that you need to?
Hello. So, first of all, I'm really glad to get stuck here in the bubble. Eddie, thank you very much for keeping us fed, safe, COVID-free, entertained. It's only a couple days left, so I hope nothing will disturb us from entering the ring on Saturday night. Within last 8 months, probably, there were a lot of talks that this fight gonna be a real test for Usyk, which I do agree. He's entering the heavyweight division, and this I consider this fight to be his real test and his debut in heavyweights. This division is called elite because gentlemen like Usyk and like Chisora represent it. So Saturday night, 2 true warriors are going.
I used to think that Usyk was a vampire and he drunk blood.
And let the best man win, and the runner-up gets honored and respect. That's it.
Word is he got a lot of hoes too.
Travelled around the world with.
He's a charismatic dude, but the ladies love him.
Back garden, and Alex has beaten them all. Is it just a fearless competitor, you know, ready to take all challenges? And do you believe he can beat Chisora and reign in the heavyweight division?
And Ukrainian girls, they big freaks.
In professionals, he traveled so much in amateurs, and he became the Olympic champion in London. So this is a special city for him. Normally, he's not that big and tall like most of heavyweights, but as he said, if the king of animals would be considered according to the size, then elephant would be the king of animals, not the lion. So it means that he's confident in his ability to reign in heavyweight division.
That's some Eastern European shit to say.
Del Boy, pass the mic to Del. I'll tell you what, Del Boy, I know we've had ups and downs over the years. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You've put in some unbelievable work over the last few months. You really have. Dave's done a great job. I've seen you grafting and grafting and grafting.
Iceland chicks are freaks too.
Because I know you're a nightmare.
Like it's like free sex over there.
How much does this mean to you? And
Crazy.
I said to you yesterday, I said, you've had a great run, Del, and you looked at me like you wanted to chin me as usual, and you went, it ain't nowhere near over yet. You're ready to go. You're ready to unleash the fury on Saturday night.
You know, the fight, I'm excited about the fight. I've been training now for the last 9 months, you know, since the David Price fight. You know, Alexander's a great fighter. I'm a big fan of him. You know, he won the Olympics in London. He went to win the Muhammad Ali trophy, beating everybody in his path. And then he's come up to heavyweight. He boxed Chazz, what's that other guy's name? Yeah, don't really know loads of fighters in the boxing game, to be honest. But, you know, this fight is a great fight for me and a great fight for him. You know, most people are telling me I'm holding the golden key to the pearly gates, to the rich and famous, apparently. Well, I'm happy to hold those keys. You shall not pass. What they say to Lord of the Rings, you shall not pass, basically. But listen, all I'm saying.
Boo this man!
It's gonna be a great fight. You know, yeah, he's gonna try and box. I keep saying it every day. I can't box. You know, I'm gonna bring it to him. You know, I'm gonna bring everything I have. It's gonna be a shootout. And I know for a fact, when I hit him, he's gonna be hit. There's nowhere for him to hide. All I'm asking from you, Eddie, and I'm being honest, I need a fair referee and fair judges. That's what I'm asking. I don't want to be bamboozled. Or like last time what happened with Dylan White, you bought a judge because I was.
Oh shit!
You took points of me and I thought I was behind and I lost my shape of my fight. So I'm just asking to be fair and, you know, just be fair. I get Alexander's your boy. You know, but you sold your sword to the Russians.
I don't know.
Yeah. You sold your sword to the Russians. From Ukraine. Okay, you sold your sword to Ukraine. You know, you forgot your boys in Britain. But it's okay. You know, we have to prove myself again. But all I'm saying is, I want this fight to be fair. You know, that's what I'm asking for. You know, I've worked hard for this fight. I've trained hard, and I believe my opponent has trained hard as well. So I just want this fight to be very fair on both parties, basically, from the ref and to the judges, basically.
I did see elephants fuck up a lion before. Multiple times.
Yes.
All on YouTube.
Okay, cool. You can make that point at the rules meeting. I believe you're the home fighter. You're going to be, you know, you're
Elephants don't fuck around.
I'm sure it'll be fair.
No, I don't really mind. You know, fighting.
You're going to make it. You want to make it uncomfortable for him. Is that where you're going? You want to be able to work on the inside. You
I
want to be able
to, for both of us to work, basically. I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be dancing in the ring like, you know, wrestling. I want to be both of us to work. I wanted this fight to be fair. I want all of us to work fairly, basically. I want the fans to enjoy this fight. That's what I want. I want the people, you know, everybody to enjoy it. That's what I want.
Do you expect to be frustrated in there at times? You know that technically he's very, very good and you've got to find a way inside to do your work. Do you think that patience is important for this guy? You've got to be active from the first bell, but are there going to be times where you will be frustrated and you have to keep on with that game plan from David and the team?
You know what? Yeah and no, because I know for a fact he's a great fighter. You know, I have to just keep moving my head, you know, keeping my hands up and just keep marching forward. You know, he's going to try out wrong foot me and stuff like that, which southpaws do. But we're ready for that, you know. It's going to be a big surprise, and when we're in the ring, people are going to be very surprised what's going to be happening. And I believe my opponent, he's got so many tricks up his sleeve as well. So this makes it a very, very cagey and exciting fight.
Finally, what is the motivation for you guys? A lot of people were saying that victory for you could be one of the greatest victories from a British fighter of our generation on Saturday night. Is that a motivation? I mean, people talking, obviously, he's mandatory for Anthony Joshua. You would, looks like, take that spot as well and challenge for the world title. What's the motivation for you in this fight? To cause an upset, to create history?
I think motivation for me is, I don't want to, after I retire, I don't want to, like, say I could have done this and done this. I just want to give it all while I can. You know, there's nothing, I don't get motivated by my family or anything. I just want to do it for myself. You know, it's for me. I just like wake up in the morning, go to the gym every day for myself. So when it's all and done, I can look back and say, have I done it the right way? Have I got any regrets? And right now, I don't have any regrets. Everything is just going according to plan. That's my motivation.
And finally, you're ready to do whatever it takes.
Oh, mate, he already says on the cap, man. He says, war Chisora. You know, I can't go in boxes, man. I have to go in there, man. And yes, I might lose 9 rounds. I might lose 11
I was
rounds.
noticing yesterday.
Who knows what's going to happen in the 12th round?
Docile Chisora.
He's boxing. You don't know. This is a heavyweight game.
Still kind of scary.
I hope he is ready because we are bringing violence and boxing and everything. We're going to chuck so much stuff at him.
Thank you, Del. Oleksandr, how are you?
Mike up.
Good. Are you ready for war on Saturday night? Do you expect war on Saturday night?
Никакой войны не будет. Это все Дерека слова. Я принес мир, и это будет офигенный, чистый, красивый бокс.
There will be no war. I brought peace, and it will be just a pure, clear boxing.
You want to not get involved in up close.
He gonna dance the night away.
Keep it long, sweet science, an exhibition.
He better not get caught on the ropes, though. I want to see him get cracked. I want to see how his chin look. That's what I want to see. I want to see him take a clean-ass shot. Is that a crime? That's all I want to see from this fight.
Бой. Он будет хотеть нанести мне очень сильно много увечий, сильно захочет меня ударить. Естественно, я не буду просто мягко на это смотреть. Это будет великолепный бой двух сильных типов.
He will definitely want to hurt me badly, and I will not stand in front of him to let him do that. And this will be a fight of 2 really strong gentlemen.
You did everything in the Cruiserweight division. Is this now the next test, the big test against the big guys, a different kind of challenge?
That is true. You never know what you're going to get with Del Boy. Yeah, he is talking kind of smug to him, like, of course I'm going to outbox you.
ВСБ, да, с большими парнями, которые очень хотели сильно меня ударить, они были очень тяжелыми. Я постоянно дерусь с какими-то тяжеловесами. Всю свою жизнь я преодолеваю каких-то тяжеловесов.
I don't know why everyone's talking about the test at heavyweight, because I've been within all my life I've been tested by heavyweights. When I was fighting in the World Series of Boxing, I was a heavyweight, and my fights were in heavyweight division, and people wanted to hurt me and didn't manage to. So there's nothing.
I watched every Usyk fight. They're all available online.
The defeat of your very close friend Vasily Lomachenko, was that disheartening for you, or was that giving you motivation?
Нет, конечно, я расстроился то, что мой близкий проиграл.
I got disappointed because of his loss.
Да, и с другой стороны, конечно, это очень большая мотивация. Он вообще мотивирует всегда.
Eddie legit 6'5".
And on the other side,
maybe even 6'6".
Motivated because this man is my friend and he's been motivating me within all my life.
И продолжает это делать.
And keeps going on.
Вот многие не знают его лично, да, а я знаю его лично, и я знаю вот что там внутри.
Many people do not know him personally, but I do know him personally, and I know what he has inside. What kind of person and personality he is.
Там очень много добра внутри и силы.
There's so many power and kindness inside.
I think he's saying he know that he's going to take the rematch, meaning Loma Lopez too.
You don't have the power.
Or Lopez Loma too.
You believe that you can stop Derek Chisora on Saturday night and then this.
Yeah, I watched all of those fights. They're readily available. Before his HBO debut, what was that, Michael Hunter or the other one before that? I watched all of his fights, see what the hype was about. And I was like, oh shit, dude is legit.
Смотрите, все говорят, listen, все говорят, что определяется вот тяжелый, не тяжелый. Если бы зверя определяли по весу, еще раз им скажи, пускай они это слышат. Если бы царя зверей определяли по весу, это был бы слон, а не тигр. Мы это все увидим в субботу. Почему? Если вы считаете меня маленьким, ну хорошо, мы это все в субботу увидим.
It's back and forth, heavy, not heavy, strong, not strong. If the king of animals would be detected according to the size, then elephant would be the king of animals, not the lion. So if you want to see...
Let me correct you now, please. I heard you say that before, and I wanted to correct you. An elephant is the king of the jungle for the simple reason a lion is only brave when there's loads of them. And when an elephant, when he's by himself, he can attack a head of lions.
That is true. I have seen it.
A
lion will an elephant will fuck a lion up.
No.
Alex, do you think the lion is king of the jungle?
No, let the man tell him, please.
Hey guys, please like the video. Thank you.
That's what you had in Disney. That's why they write in the Disney books, isn't it? Like he's afraid of the mouse.
So, this Saturday, it's the elephant against the lion. It is the pound-for-pound undisputed cruiserweight champion Oleksandr.
Слушай, Эдди,
Sorry.
вообще
Can we go
это
back to
офигенно,
this?
что они считают, что я безударный и то, что меня легко победить. Окей, так все, в принципе.
Usyk is annoyed.
I'm really glad that many people consider me. I have no punch, and it's easy to win, to get victory over me. Everyone considers that way. So I'm happy to hear that.
Well, you are the favourite in the fight, but you have an opponent who is coming to win. Many people believe he can win on Saturday night, and again, it would be a major moment for British boxing if he could defeat, as I said, pound-for-pound star and the undisputed cruiserweight world champion, Oleksandr Usyk. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. Thank you. We look forward to a stunning show this Saturday, live on Sky Sports Boxing. Do not miss it. Sky Sports Box Office, DAZN across America as well. Thank you. Look forward, relax on your sofas, and enjoy a stunning night of boxing. Gentlemen, if you could come up here and join us, please.
Yeah, Usyk was clearly annoyed. Like, you can tell he just like, yo, we'll stop talking about this, my power, and I'm too small type shit. Because that's been the narrative. It's like, you know, I personally, I want to see him get punched in the face and see how he handle it. Now, if he's smart, and he is, and he already talked about it, is that he not going to stand right in front of Del Boy. You know, don't try to, you know, prove nothing. And the fact that his countryman and one of his close friends, I don't know how close they are, but I know they are close, Lomachenko lost, you know, that's going to be on his mind. So I'm picking Usyk. But however, you can never count just Chisora out. And Chisora said also during the media call or the Zoom call yesterday, which is the video before this on the channel, is that, like, look, I can't box. I'm not trying to go out there and try to box this dude. I'm going to have to eat some leather. I'm going to go straight for him. You know, and I'm going to try to knock his head off, pretty much what he was saying. And Usyk, during his press conference, was like, look, I'm not going to stand in front, translating and paraphrasing, I'm not going to stand in front of him. That's the dude that squirted Ness and blue blood.
That's what I want to know, firstly. Because
he just looked at it then as well.
Yeah, what was he writing on the paper?
Something that, do you know, it had vibes of the Klitschko USB stick that was in the... I still don't know what was on that, by the way.
No. If it was me, it would have been drawing sort of willies.
Yeah, of course he would. Yeah, he does that on my notes. That's why I had to get a laptop to stop that from happening. You can't draw on the screen. Elephant mice analogies.
So he just be drawing dicks, huh?
Given that one of these guys doesn't actually speak English,
let's wait for the interview, see if they get him.
To watch at these kind of things, because with Del, you never know.
You don't know what's going to happen or what's going to be said.
Well, he was live on his, what was his Instagram or something? Was he just filming Eddie and then filming David? I mean, it is kind of strange. You think how full circle his career's gone. The last time he fought a world level cruiserweight coming up from cruiser was David Haye. I know he'd had a lot of fights at heavyweight before that, but of course ultimately he was a natural cruiserweight that had come up to heavy. And Del Boy really brought the heat that night, and that knockout happened. And I feel at a point where, and I'm sure you'd agree with me on this, Haye was really low on the petrol tank at that point when he knocked him out. Just think about the kind.
So at 2 p.m. Eastern, in about 2.5 hours, Tank Davis, Leo Santa Cruz final press conference is going to be taking place. And then we're going to roll right into Inoue versus Maloney final press conference. And then there's a weigh-in for Munguia versus Toriano Johnson. So it's a busy day. Yeah, what the fuck? Like drawing dicks. Hey, bro, you're too old for that, man. Growing up, when I used to do my little doodling, I never drew dicks or, like, you know, genitalia. I would draw like little robots and Power Rangers and shit. Like, what?
And there was just, a concern I have is he really buzzes off of the crowd.
Yeah.
Look, it doesn't get no bigger than this, really, does it? Against one of the best fighters in the world. If you can't get up for that fight with a crowd or without, there's a problem. But against Caballero, that
Tank
night,
Davis versus Santa Cruz is going to...
He was flat, and Caballero is also someone that moves.
Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz is going to be on Channel 5 in the UK free TV. So there's big news for you guys over in the UK. But, you know, with a fight like that and with, you know, the schedule, they couldn't be on Sky, you know. Oh. Inoue versus Maloney is the biggest fight of this week. And it's a significant fight, but I'm not going to say that, Bob. Bob, you smoking this morning? Me too. Me too. So yeah, I'm guessing they're not going to get interviews with the fighters. Oh shit! Why didn't y'all tell me? Let's go over to Sky Sports. See, y'all don't tell y'all ain't shit. They're probably doing their Sky Sports interviews right now. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm pulling up Sky Sports. Oh, they're going. Hold on. What are they saying?
Full preview of everything you'll need to know ahead of the main event and a brilliant undercard here at Wembley Arena as well. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you same time tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Oh, they out. So they're over on Sky Sports. Let's go over here.
That's the problem. Man, this is what I keep saying. I want fair judges and fair referee. This is Eddie's boy, let's all be honest. So I just want the fight to be fair. You know, if you got fair judges and a fair referee, I'm happy.
I know that your team, particularly David Hay, told us yesterday, you know, it's getting you in the right frame of mind so that when the first bell rings, you don't give the first 3, 4, 5 rounds away, even if you do leave it till late in the fight. I just wonder, how are you staying mentally ready in the bubble? It's not easy. You're having to dine with him. You're having to dine with Eddie, with David Hay, with everybody around, with Tony. You're having to spend time around people. You can't go into your own space necessarily. I know you've got your LP player up in your room and stuff like that, but it is a totally different environment.
Yeah, but I got what I need to make me comfortable. You know, I spend the whole day in my room, and when I finish training, I take a little walk. That's all I need for now. You know, half of the time I'm on FaceTime. You know, I'm on house party, you know, going into house parties and you know, enjoying life. But, you know, it's the new way of boxing right now.
This docile Chisora is something else, right?
Opponent, you live in the same building, use the same gym. It's the new way of boxing right now, and you can't help it. So you have to get yourself in that new mode, and you have to adapt to that. You know, if that was me 6 years ago, I'd have eaten that boy on the stage, but
I'm really, really glad you didn't. I'm really, really glad you didn't. I know we keep playing those clips over and over.
Yeah, I would have eaten that boy on the stage, but, you know, so I'm trying to adapt, you know. I'm finding it hard, though.
How reassuring is it? This is my final question, I'll let you go.
That's smart, though, to put that narrative out there. You know, like, ref, don't stop me from working.
Knuckle down, and David's come out and said, well, look, there were times in the past where he said that, but it might not be true. We're reassured by everybody that you've pushed your body as far. He said he sent you an email. He didn't say what was in the email. But
I don't even have an email address. I don't know where you send it to.
How reassuring is it, though, that we know from everything that's come out of the gym that you couldn't have done any more, that there are no stones that aren't been unturned?
There was nothing else to do. There was nothing else to do apart from lockdown, train, and after training, you train, you go home and spend time with your family. There was no, put it this way, Ibiza was shot, you know, Spain was shot, you know, Miami was shot. There was nowhere to go. Even David stayed in London and he found it hard. You know, everywhere was shot. There was nowhere to go. What else is there to do apart from boxing? So you just knuckle down and box. There was nowhere to go.
Well, there you go. You've set it up perfectly. Thank you very much for joining us. Wish you all the best of luck on Saturday. David, just before we say goodbye to, can you just join me here? We'll just say goodbye to you here. I'll just ask you to step that way. We'll stay away from Friends Reunited with Tony and Del Boy. Said all the right things at the presser. I know that fights aren't won and lost at the weigh-in and at the press conference, but as far as that goes, is that relatively what you wanted from your man?
What I heard from Usyk was very heartwarming. He in his mind believes it's going to be a boxing match. He said he's not going to have war, it's going to be peace, it's going to be long-range boxing. I was hoping that would be the case, which means he hasn't practiced going inside and fighting in a war, which means he's been practicing his little silky skills, keeping the big man off. How about when the big man forces the action? How about when those silky skills don't work against a bigger man? Is he prepared? Is he prepared for war? Doesn't sound like it. Maybe it's psychological warfare, but it sounded like he wants to box. And that's a good thing, because he's not going to be allowed to box. He's going to be forced to fight. If he hasn't been preparing to fight, he's going to find himself in very, very deep heavyweight waters, and he's not going to be prepared for the current that's going to be dragging him under.
We know Derek's quirky, and he was pulling Eddie Hearn's leg there about British border control officials and referee. But is it a serious point that you're going to implore? We saw it before with Ricky Hatton and Mayweather. There was a big thing that came out after that Ricky felt that if I was allowed to work, the fight might have gone differently. I'm not comparing this to that fight, but I am using the example of Derek knows that he's going to want to get inside. You've already it's not giving away game plan here. You've already said that that's how you want the fight. Is the thing, let us fight?
Yeah, the moment Derek's forced to have a long-range boxing match with the best boxer in the world, he loses. In fact, we're under no illusions. That's the situation. But we need a referee. When he does close that range and gets inside and decides to work, the referee needs to let the action flow. Let them work out. Let them punch out. When they're inside and they're both punching, it doesn't matter that their heads are closer, that one might be holding their arm or whatever it may be. Just let the action flow. The British Boxing Board of Control got great judges, great referees, and I'm positive for a fight of this magnitude, they're going to make sure the referees and the judges are on point. As Derek said, he doesn't want any favours. He just wants it fair. It's fantastic.
Okay.
The fact that the fight's in the UK is fantastic. The fact it's in London, that's great. That gives us confidence. If we was going to Ukraine, we might really have to worry about the judging and the referees. But the fact it's here, we know it's going to be fair. We know it's really going to be fair, and Derek's going to be allowed to implement a game plan that will give him success.
Just finally, before I let you go, final thing here. He's ticking, it feels like, but he's ticking in the right kind of way. You know, more and more questions, more and more like. So, you know, I'm over-egging it, but we saw Usyk for the first time sort of bite back, but also Derek in that interview there. He is ticking. You know, he's right on the verge. Thank God for us. He's on the right side, but he's bubbling.
It's bubbling nice. It's bubbling nice. His head's in the right space. Having a bit of banter with the elephant and the lion analogies. It was nice. It's nice to see him in that mood. I need him to stay cool, stay calm, just keep it under wraps. A lot of the time when he explodes at a press conference and throws a table or as a punch-up, this type of stuff isn't good for Saturday. It means you're using up all your adrenaline, all of that, you know, all that chemical brain juice that you need for the fight is getting used up now. He's keeping it in, he's holding it down, it's bubbling underneath, and we're going to peak on Saturday night. About 9 o'clock Saturday night, he'll be in the change room, he'll be warm, he'll be ready to go, and all of his whole life will be for this one night. And it's going to come together beautifully. And unfortunately for Usyk, his idea of having a classy boxing match, it's not, you know, the Matador is not going to be able to keep the bull off him. You know, with a Matador and a bull, look how much space they have. The bull and the Matador, there's so much space, but a ring's a small place. Derek Chisora is a very big man, a wide man who can close the range down. You know, in my mind, when I fought Derek, I wanted to keep it at long range, but he found himself very close to me a lot of the fight. I had to prepare for that. I had to prepare to fight up close. It was the only way I was going to win the fight. Has Usyk done that? Has Usyk accepted, I'm going to have to get in this close range, so get some of the biggest, baddest sparring partners to come, sit on my chest and fight inside? I don't think he has. And if he hasn't, he's in for a big, big shot in the first round.
Brilliant. Well, you've set it up perfectly. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for everyone that's joined us on the stream, all of the undercard fighters that gave up their time. Join us tomorrow. We're going to stream the weigh-in again from 1 o'clock. We'll probably try and come on a little bit earlier, sort of 12:45. So make sure you join us. Stay across all our social media channels for all the latest updates. And hopefully we'll have some news to bring you tomorrow. Thanks very much.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to the fight because, as I said, I want to see, you know, how Usyk looks in there against a credible heavyweight, a heavyweight that, you know, we don't know which Derek Chisora is going to show up. And yes, he does. It seems though he does need like a crowd to really, you know, like root him on. But one thing I like about what he's saying is it's smart. He know he can't go in there and box. Like, he's got to go try to fucking fuck him up. Like, he got to go fuck Usyk up. Usyk talking, even though he was being, you know, it seemed like he was being professional and nice and everything, you could tell Usyk was annoyed. Like, yo, like, you know, I'm going to box his ears off type shit. You can tell that's the vibe I was getting. Like, yo, I'm going to outbox the shit out of him. Show everybody, like, yo, like, not only, you know, can I outbox him, but I'm probably going to beat him up too, you know? So, the fight, I like the card, to be honest with you. Between this fight, and you know, I understand how it is during the pandemic, asking for pay-per-views. I mean, asking for people to pay for pay-per-view. But understand where I'm coming from. Hey, listen, UK guys, you can't bitch to us in America. We pay $75 a whop. You can't bitch to us. Like, I'm sorry. And then don't you motherfuckers get UFC for free on BT? Y'all can't bitch to us. So, you know, but I get it, during the pandemic, you know, money still is tight. But looking at the makeup of this card, I'm like, all right, if this was American, this would be pay-per-view too, you know? It's a damn shame that the Dave Allen-Chris Lovejoy fight got canceled. What happened was, this is the story I got so far. It didn't break until, you know, I started streaming, so I don't know all the details. Eddie Hearn got a call from Don King last night, was like, I'm paraphrasing, like, yo, what the fuck? Like, Chris Lovejoy is one of my fighters. He can't fight Dave Allen. If he do, you got to give me this extra certain amount of money. So basically, Eddie Hearn like, fuck out of here, fight's canceled, click. So, fucked up. Poor Chris Lovejoy, because I was seeing all this like Twitter slander about him. And I'm like, well, he undefeated. Then I started like going to look at his record and shit. And I was like, no wonder why he getting slagged off. No wonder why. So yeah, in 2 hours and 15 minutes, we're going to be doing the Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz final press conference. It's only them, Mayweather, Leonard Ellerbe, Brian Custer, because the undercard fighters, and it was boring as shit. The undercard fighters did their press conference yesterday with Regis Prograis. Actually, Regis Prograis and Juan Heraldes was talking some big shit. That's what's up. I'm looking forward to that fight now. But the undercard press conference overall wasn't that good. You know, but the main event press conference today, of course, Leo gonna be all nice. But I want to hear Mayweather go on one of his rants. Also, I want to see the demeanor of Tank Davis. Like, put it this way, it doesn't look like he's having a good time in camp. I'm not saying you're supposed to have a good time, but I'm talking about this discipline part. I love the fact that they got him out there in Vegas under strict lock and key. Did you notice that? Tank Davis has been under strict lock and key. You know, I love that. But it don't seem like, you know, like, he just cool with it. Like, he just like, you know? Like, I don't think he's used to being this disciplined, if that makes sense. But little motherfucker need that shit. You know, you in a pay-per-view, man. Like, you need the motherfucker make weight. So he's supposed to be on weight now. Like, he was 134.5 like 10 days ago, maybe more. So he's focused. You can just look at him like he focused. But the thing is, I still have Leo Santa Cruz beating him. I think that Leo Santa Cruz is going to be able to outwork him. You know? But anyway, I'm T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com. Remember, I'm going to be back at 2 p.m. Eastern in a couple hours. Mayweather's going to be there. Like, that's why I'm watching. I'm hyped. I want him to go on like a rant. Yes, Mayweather's going to be there. So, 2 p.m. Eastern, 2 hours. Like, it's almost noon. We're going to be back with the live press conference. Please subscribe. I'm T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com.
Eddie's boy, let's all be honest. So